Hello everyone, I am Chino Kosi and together with Ms. Angelica Malabanan, today we will be discussing frequency distribution table for ungrouped data. So by the end of this discussion, the student should be able to understand the concept of frequency distribution table for ungrouped data. The student should be able to compute an FTP for ungrouped data manually. And lastly, the student should be able to perform an frequency distribution table for ungrouped data in Microsoft Excel. So, ngayon, what is FDT or what is frequency distribution table? So, a frequency distribution table, uh, it lists a set of values and how often each one appears. So, coming from the word frequency, in this case, frequency, it means kung gaano kung gaano ka anong tawag dito, kung gaano kadalas lumabas yung isang value sa isang dataset. This table helps identify common and rare data values, and furthermore, it is used to effectively organize data and present the results to others. Since nalagay natin yung raw data or yung mga data natin sa isang table, in this way, mas clear and concise yung interpretation natin and analyzation of data natin. So, ano nga ba yung sinasabi kong ungrouped data? Ano ba yung raw data na yan? So, it is a collection of individual values or observations that have not been organized or summarized. So, yung ungrouped data, literal na raw data siya. Kung ano yung nag-conduct ka ng study, kung ano yung kinuha mong data from that study, from that survey questionnaire or anything else, kung ano yung data na nakuha mo dun, hindi mo siya gagalawin. Wala kang gagawing organization, classification sa mga data na yon. Yun yung raw data. And yun yung gagamitin natin today para sa discussion natin ng frequency distribution table of ungrouped data.
So now we have this problem. A group of 15 students took a math quiz and their scores are as follows. We have 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 5, 6, 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 8, 7. Create a complete frequency distribution table for ungrouped data. So let's try. The following are the components of a frequency distribution table for ungrouped data. We have array x bar. X bar represents the scores, and then F for frequency. Then we have less than and more than cumulative frequency, and then RF, which is the relative frequency, and then less than and more than RCF or relative cumulative frequency. Then last is the percentage. Let's learn how to obtain, identify, and solve for each. So sa step 1, we have to arrange our data into an array. Ano ba yung array? So this is our data. This is directly from the problem given a while ago. So we have 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 5, 6, 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 8, and then 7. So to turn it into an array, all we have to do is arrange the data into either descending or ascending order. So pag sinabi natin descending order, we start from the highest value going to the lowest value. And in this case, ang highest value is 9. So from our first data from the problem, we get 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 6, 6, 5, 5, and then 4. For ascending order naman, opposite siya ni descending. We start from the lowest going to highest value. So for ascending order, we have 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, and then 9, 9. This is how it would look like in our table. But in this case, we use the descending order, meaning we use the organization of highest to lowest value. So step 2 is to list the X bar or the scores. Again, X bar in this table represents the scores. From the array of data, we will eliminate all repeated data. To do that, ganito lang. So again, we have the array here. Dito, we have dalawa yung value ng 9. But in our score, isa lang yung ilalagay. Same goes with 8. Tatlo yung score ng 8, but isa lang yung ilalagay. And so on. Sa 7, apat siya, but isang 7 lang yung ilalagay dito. Dito naman 6. Sa 6, tatlong 6 siya, but isa lang. And then sa 5, dalawa din. Pero isang 5 lang ilalagay sa scores. And then sa 4, isa lang siya, but ilalagay pa din natin siya. Isa. Again, kasi we eliminate all the repeated data. So, 6 is repeated 3 times. Isang beses lang siya ilalagay sa table, and same goes with all the other values. Next is to identify the frequency of each data. In frequency distribution table, again, F represents the frequency. So, ano ba yon? It is the number of how frequent the data occur. So, para makuha natin yung frequency ng bawat data, we will make use of the array. Again, this is our array in descending order from highest to lowest value. Bibilangan lang natin kung ilang beses na ulit yung bawat value para makuha yung frequency ng each data. So, yung 9, ilang beses siya na ulit? 2 beses. Yung 8, 3. Yung 7, 4. Yung 6, 3. Yung 5, 3. And then yung 4, 1. Yun yung magiging frequency ng data set na to. So, in our table, ganito yung magiging itsura niya. Next is the less than cumulative frequency or less than CF. To solve for less than CF, all we have to do is to copy the first frequency value and then add the following value and so on. Ganito siya gawin. Kailangan natin si frequency. Ito yung nakuha natin kanina. Gagawin lang natin is copy the first frequency value, which is 2. Copy natin siya. And then, we add it to the following value, which is 3. So what will happen? 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. We do that until the last value. So again, 2 plus 3 is equals to 5. 5 plus 4 is equals to 9. 9 plus 3 is equals to 12. 12 plus 2 is equals to 14. And then 14 plus 1 is equals to 15. This is how it would look like in our table. Sunod naman doon is yung more than cumulative frequency or more than CF. To solve for more than CF, all we have to do is copy the last frequency table. Kung sa less than cumulative frequency, sa first value tayo nag-start, dito naman sa last frequency value. Then we add the following value and so on. Ganito siya gawin. So again, we need the frequency values, same as before, but this time we will start at the bottom going up. Sa less than CF kasi, we started from top to bottom. Then here sa more than CF, we will begin at the bottom going to top. So again, we copy the last frequency value, which is 1. Then we add the following value. So 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. 3 plus 3 is equals to 6. 6 plus 4 is equals to 10. 10 plus 3 is equals to 13. And then 13 plus 2 is equals to 15. This is how it would look like in our table. So, how do we make sure na tama yung nakukuha natin cumulative frequency? Check the first values na nakukuha nyo. So, here, ang N natin is 15. Kasi from our problem 15 students daw yung nag-take ng math quizzes. And this is their scores. So, but yeah, this is our N. And match naman kasi 15 yung parehas na last value na nakuha natin for less than and more than cumulative frequency. Next naman is RF. Um, RF represent relative frequency. And to solve for RF, we have to use the formula F over N. So for RF, kailangan natin again si frequency tsaka si N. Again, yung N natin is the total of student na nag-take ng math quiz. Thus, we have the N equals 50. And then, yung frequency naman natin, ito yung nakuha natin kanina, si 234,231. Oh, sorry, 234,321. Now, let's solve for each. So, gagawin lang natin, again, ang formula is F over N. So, ito yung frequency natin, si 234,321. At yung N natin is 15. So, 2 over 15 or divide 15 is 0.13 and so on. 3 over 15, 0.20. 4 over 15 is equals to 0.27. 3 divide 15 is equals to 0.20. 2 divide 15 is equals to 0.13 and then 1 divide 15 is equals to 0.07. Yung nakuha nating values doon, yun yung magiging RF. So, ganito siya pag nilagay niyo na sa table. So, step 7 naman is yung less than relative cumulative frequency or RCF. Parehas lang sila na less than cumulative frequency, but this time, instead na sa frequency magbe-base, dito tayo sa relative frequency magbe-base. Ganito siya gawin. So, again, kailangan natin si RF kasi doon tayo magbe-base. Ikakopy lang natin si first value ng RF, which is 0.13. Tapos, we add the following value and so on. So again, copy 0.13, add 0.20, we have 0.33. 0.33 plus 0.27, we have 0.6. 0.6 plus 0.20 is equals to 0.8, and then 0.8 plus 0.13 is 0.93, and then 0.93 plus 0.07 is 1.00 or 1. Ganito yung magiging itsura niya sa table natin. Then, sa ano naman, more than relative cumulative frequency or RCF, similar siya sa more than CF. Sa last value din tayo magbe-base ng RF. So, ganito siya gawin. We start at the bottom going to top. So, we copy 0.07 and then we add 0.13 kasi yun yung next value. Then, we have 0.2. Tapos, 0.2 plus 0.20, we have 0.4. Then 0.4 plus 0.27, we have 0.67. Then we add 0.20, we will have 0.87. Then 0.87 plus 0.13 will have 1.00 or 1. Ganito siya sa table. And by the way, to make sure na tama yung nakuha nyong less than and more than RCF values, yung last value nyo dapat is always 1. Palaging 1. Kahit gano'n yan karami, dapat 1. Move on. Moving on. Sa last step, which where we will solve for percentage. And to solve for percentage, all we have to do is multiply R, RF values to 100. Ito yung formula niya. So, ganito siya gawin. So, again, kailangan natin si RF. Ito yung RF natin, yung 0.13, 0.20, 0.27, 0.20, 0.13, and 0.07. Lahat yun, isa-isa, we will multiply each by 100. And yung answer doon, yun na yung magiging percentage natin. So, 0.13 times 100 is 13, 0.20 times 100 is 20, 0.27 times 100 is 27, and then 0.20 times 100 is equals to 20. 0.13 times 100 is equals to 13, and then 0.07 times 100 is 7. Ganito siya sa table. Yan. And as you can see, mayroong 100 dito because that is the total of percentage. And again, that's a way to check if tama ba yung values na nakuha nyo for percentage. Kasi if you add all the values you've got, you should have 100. Kahit gaano, again, kadami yung values nyo dyan, it should always be equals to 100 if kinuha nyo yung summation. And that's all for creating a frequency distribution table for ungrouped data. Now let's try doing this using Microsoft Excel.
Okay, now na alam na natin kung ano yung basics ng paggawa ng frequency distribution table for ungrouped data, manually, ngayon apply naman natin siya in Microsoft Excel since Microsoft Excel is an app where mayu-utilize natin siya for arranging our data and for solving yung mga paulit-ulit na steps para hindi na tayo masyadong mahirapan. So, gagamitin lang natin yung same problem. So, a group of 15 students took a math quiz and their scores are as follows: 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 5, 6, 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 8, 7. So, as you can see here, meron tayong tatlong steps, which is identify yung raw data, arrange into an array, and create the frequency distribution table. So, yung raw data natin kanina is itong lahat ng numbers na to. Yan yung raw data natin. So, ang gagawin natin is arrange natin siya into an array. So, paano nga natin maximize ang Microsoft Excel sa paggawa ng frequency distribution table and sa pag-arrange ng array? So, you can just simply click and hold hanggang ma-select niyo yung lahat ng values na to. Yan yung raw data mo. And then you can go here, as you can see, meron ditong sort and filter. So, sort and filter organizes your data so it's easier to analyze. So, kapag pinindot nyo yan, meron tayong choices. So, we can sort from smallest to largest or from largest to smallest. Sa degree natin or sa program natin, it's preferred na ang gamitin is from descending order. So, it's from highest to lowest. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. Kapag pinindot mo yan, nilalabas na window. And then, ang gagawin natin, ang isa-select natin is yung continue with current selection. Meaning, kung ano lang yung sinelect mo, yun lang yung i-arrange nila from descending order. So, we press sort, and then there you have it. Ayan na yung values natin from highest to lowest value. So, dito ma-identify mo na ang highest value natin is number 9. And then, ang lowest value natin is number 4. And kung gusto mo naman, or ni-require naman sa inyo na ang sorting nyo is from lowest to highest, you can use this other option. Same process pa din. Continue with current selection, and then there you have it. Andito na sa taas number 4, which is the lowest value. And then nasa baba na si highest value, which is number 9. Babalik lang natin sa kanina since sabi ko nga, yun yung required or yun yung preferred sa program, sa um, program natin, which is BS Psychology. Moving on, since naturo naman na kanina ni Angelica kung paano makuha yung scores, yung frequency and cumulative frequency, less than cumulative frequency and then yung greater than cumulative frequency. Here naman, sa relative frequency, meron tayong susundan na formula which is frequency over total number of values. So dito, i-maximize natin si Excel. Ang pwede natin gawin para hindi na tayo pa isa-isa pa ng solving, we can input an equal sign and then you press the first value sa frequency, which is number 2. And then, slash, since wala naman designated na symbol for division dito sa Excel, you can use the slash sign instead. And then, after that, ano nga ba yung n natin? Ang n natin is 15. So, you just insert 15 there. And then now, nabuo na siya. You just click enter. And then, there you have it. Na-solve na niya yung relative frequency. You don't have to do it again or paulit-ulit since pwede naman natin siyang i-drag na lang. So, ano bang ibig sabihin nun? Nakikita niyo ba tong cursor ko? Ito. Nandito siya sa may lower right corner. And kapag dinrag down niyo yan hanggang sa value ng frequency, kung saan niyo gusto mag-stop, ayan na. Lalabas na yung relative frequency ng frequency na isa-solve natin. So, hindi niyo siya kailangan isa-isahin pa kasi mas nakakapagod yun and mas nakakalito. Dito, okay na siya. Ayun. Ayan yan. Tapos, same lang din naman yung process ng less than RCF sa less than CF. So, ganun din sa greater than RCF and then CF. Now, dito naman sa percentage, may formula ulit tayo na susundan, which is relative frequency multiplied by 100. So, ganun ulit. Para hindi na tayo magpaulit-ulit, you just input an equal sign. And then, dito naman, magbe-base tayo sa relative frequency. Unlike sa relative frequency kanina na nag-base tayo sa frequency. So, ayan, maglalagay tayo ng equal sign. And then, select yung first values under ng relative frequency. Ay, hindi. Wait. Product muna. Type product. Ayan. And then, click the first value under relative frequency slash 100. Since ita-times natin siya or i-multiply natin siya rather sa 100. And then, open and close parenthesis. After nyan, kapag ganyan na, pagbuo na yung formula mo, you just press enter. And then, ayan, na-solve na naman niya ang problema mo. So, ulitin ko para hindi ka na paulit-ulit na magsasolve isa-isa. You can just drag this down hanggang sa value na gusto mo. And then there you have it. May mga value pa na ng percentage sa bawat isa na yan. Dito, kung nakikita nyo, marami siyang, like, ilang decimal point siya. Kapag nire-require sa inyo ng professor nyo or kung sino man na 2 decimal places lang or 3 decimal places, you can adjust it dito sa Excel. Just look dito sa ribbon, sa may gitnang part, and then there we can see na mayroong increase decimal and then decrease decimal option. So, sa decrease decimal, pwede natin bawasan yung decimal points. So, decimal places rather. So, kung ang decimal places lang na kailangan is 2, pwede mo siyang bawasan. So, ayan. Pero kung mag-increase ka, like, kailangan mo ng 3 decimal places, you can adjust again. Ayan. Pero ngayon, since nasa percentage na tayo, pwedeng wala na tayong decimal places. Then, there you have it. Also, one thing to remember, sa percentage, dapat kapag inad mo yan lahat, 100 yan. So, ngayon, konti pa lang yung values natin, kaya pwede pa natin siya imano-mano. Pero kapag halimbawa na marami na tayong values, ganito yung pwede nyo gawin. You can just input an equal sign, type sum, and then open and close parentheses. Select nyo lang to. Yan, values na meron kayo for percentage, open and close parentheses, and then there you go. 100. Ayan na siya. 100. So, tama tayo ng solving. Wala tayong na-miss na value kasi ang lumabas is 100. And, yeah, that's basically how to maximize the usage of Microsoft Excel. Now, before we leave, here's a quick recap of our discussion. So, a frequency distribution table is used in organizing data values for better analyzation and results. And isa pa, ungrouped data is also known as raw data, meaning ito yung mga data na nakuha na hindi pa na-organize, hindi pa naka-classify, and hindi pa na ka-categorize. Yun yung raw data and ungrouped data. Iisa lang sila.
So, a recap for FDT for ungrouped data. So, balikan din natin yung problem. Yung problem natin is a group of 15 students took a math quiz and their scores are as follows. We have 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7, 5, 6, 8, 9, 7, 6, 5, 8, and then 7. And then, create a complete frequency distribution table for ungrouped data. So, ito na yung complete frequency distribution table for ungrouped data. Balikan lang natin kung paano ba kinukuha or sinasolve each table. So first is array. Hindi siya actually part ng table, but just for you to see. Now, so this is the first step is to arrange the data into an array. Again, this is in descending order, meaning we start from the highest value going down to the lowest value. So, next naman is yung X bar or scores. Yung scores, galing lang din siya sa array but we eliminate all repeated values. Meaning, katulad nito, yung 9, dalawang beses siya nag-appear, pero sa scores, isang beses na lang siya in-include. Same goes with the next value, which is 8. Tatlong beses siya nag-appear, but we only have 1 8 here. And so on. Sa 7, apat siya, but there you can see isa lang yung 7. Sa 6, tatlo. Tapos sa 5, dalawa. And then sa 4, isa. But lahat sila, wala nang naulit na values dito sa scores. Moving on sa frequency or F. Ito naman kung ilang beses ba naulit or nag-appear yung values na makikita sa scores. So yung 9, let's just count kung ilang beses siya nakita. 1, 2. Therefore, we have 2 frequency for the value of 9. Sa 8 naman, we have 1, 2, 3. Therefore, yung frequency ng 8 is 3. Sa 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, yung frequency ng 7 is 4. Sa 6, 1, 2, 3. Therefore, yung frequency ng 6 is 3. Sa 5, we have 1, 2. Therefore, 2 yung frequency ni 5 and then si 4, isa lang siya. Kaya, isa lang din yung frequency niya. And then, to make sure that we have the correct value for frequency, we can add all this value and yung sagot or yung total dapat is equals to n. Yung n natin is yung 15 students. So n equals 15 and if we add all these values, we'll have 15. Therefore, all these values is correct. So next is the less than cumulative frequency or less than CF. To get the values for this column, kailangan natin i-copy si frequency, yung first value ni frequency. So as you can see here, 2, 2. And then we add the following value, which is 3. So if 2 plus 3, it is equals to 5. And then so on. We add 5 plus 4, we got 9. 9 plus 3, we have 12, 12 plus 2 is equals to 14, and then 14 plus 1 is equals to 15. Parehas lang yung gagawin natin sa more than CF, but this time we will start from the bottom. If sa less than CF, we start from top to bottom. Dito naman, we start from bottom going up. So, again, dito pa din sa frequency magbe-base, we copy the first value, 1, and then we add the next value, which is 2. So, 1 plus 2 is equals to 3. 3 plus 3 is equals to 6. 6 plus 4 is equals to 10. 10 plus 3 is equals to 13. And then 13 plus 2 is equals to 15. Then, to make sure that the values we got for both less than and more than CF, yung last value na na-solve natin, dapat match siya sa n, which is in this problem 15. So this is 15 and this is 15. Therefore, the values we got from 4CF is correct. Then sa RF naman, to solve for RF, ang formula niya is F over N. So we divide these values to n. So 2 divide 15 is equals to 0.13. 3 divide 15 is equals to 20, 0.20. Then 4 divide 15 is equals to 0.27. 3 divide 15 is equals to 20. 2 divide 15 is equals to 0.13, and then 1 divide 15 is equals to 0.07. Tapos dito naman sa RCF, same lang sila ng procedure sa CF. But this time, RF yung magiging basis instead of frequency. So we'll start from the top. We copy the first value, 0.13. Then we add the following value, 0.20. We will have the value 0.33. Then we add again the following value, 0.27. We will have 0.6. Then 0.6 plus 0.20 will have 0.8, and then 0.8 plus 0.13 will have 0.93. Then 0.93 from plus 0.27 will get 1 or 1.00. Then again, parehas lang to dito sa more than CF. We will begin at the bottom going to top. We copy the first value 0.07, and then we add the following value 0.13. We'll have 0.2. Then 0.2 plus 0.20 will have 0.4. 0.4 plus 0.27 will have 0.67. 0.67 plus 0.20 will have 0.87, and then 0.87 plus 0.13 is equals to 1 or 1.00. Then last is the percentage. The formula for percentage is RF multiplied by 100. So if you so this is the RF, all we got to do is multiply each values to 100. So 0.13 multiply 100 is equals to 13. 0.20 multiplied by 100 is equals to 20. 0.27 multiplied by 100 is equals to 27. 0.20 multiplied by 100 is also 20. 0.13 multiplied by 100 is equals to 13, and then last is 0.07 multiplied by 100 is equals to 7. To ensure that we have the correct values, we can add all the values we got from dividing from multiplying RF to 100. Ang sum na makukuha dapat natin if we add all the values is 100. Kahit gaano kadami yung values na meron tayo, always 100 dapat yung total. And that's all for a recap. That also sums up our discussion for frequency distribution table of ungrouped data. Thank you for listening.